Hey everybody, you're at the Mini Woodstock Festival in Santa Barbara, California. Yes, this is the show where Foreave Stars International shine. It's for entrepreneurs in the entertainment field. And tonight we have some great guests for you, so keep tuned. Here we go at the Dream Machine USA, telling you, lift your glasses, get all your hors d'oeuvres ready, because we're going to have fun tonight. You're at the Dream Machine USA at ABG Studios and our TV studios, Mini Woodstock Festival. So join us, have fun tonight. We've got some great guests for you. Yay! Keep tuned, everybody. Hi there. Mini Woodstock Festival is on us again. It's March, everybody, 2013. I'm really excited to be here at the Dream Machine USA, the home of the US Bands Included Cooperative. And I'm Lucy Looker, the Foreave Stars International reporter. I report all the stars from all over the co-op, from all over the world. And today I'm very excited because we have someone from the UK Bands Included Cooperative. Yes, Foreave Stars International star, Tracy Savage. Hi, everybody knows her as Tigger, so I will call her Tigger today. I think that's a great name. So how are you doing, Tracy? Tigger?
Really good, thanks Lucy, it's great to be here.
Great. So Tigger comes from Brighton, I believe, right? In
That's
Sussex?
Right, on the south coast of England, about 80 kilometres from London.
Wow. Yeah. So tell us about your career as far as, I know you have lots of careers. I mean, you know, don't we all as entrepreneurs? You know, Lucy Looker here does many things. But I know that in Brighton, you not only sing, she sings at night, she writes songs, she's with bands, but she also, during the day, she works in a toy museum, which must be fascinating. And while she's been traveling around, she's been bringing this bear. It's called Buddy Bear. And it's 70 years of age, which is really exciting. I can't believe the bear has lasted 70 years. I mean, you know, when you think about bears. So anyway, I want to hear everything. She also will explain to us all that you also do other programs. She does a breathing, projection, singing, vocaling, you know, helping people actually find their voice, which is really exciting. So Tracy, tell us about it all from the beginning, you know. Tell us about your life.
Okay, from the beginning.
Yeah, well, when you started, like, deciding you wanted to be a vocalist, because she plays guitar and sings.
Right, okay, yeah. Okay, well, my stepfather used to sing nursery rhymes to me. No, not nursery rhymes, those songs they sing at bedtime, you know, nighttime, sort of lullabies, there we go. He used to sing lullabies to me when I was quite young, and a lot of them were Irish songs. So I grew up just loving Irish music. So as soon as I was old enough to get served in pubs in England, I was out into the Irish bars, of which there are many in Brighton, and I was getting involved in what they call the sessions, which is where everyone's around the table and you sing a song and you get a pint. So I would kind of get 2 or 3 pints an evening. Time I was having children. So children, you know, they take up a lot of time.
And how many do you have?
I have 3 children.
Wonderful.
Yeah, 3 girls.
Lovely.
They're all beautiful.
Where did you go to?
I went to Northbrook College in Worthing, where I studied performing arts with a focus on popular music.
Nice.
And sound engineering, because I figured if I was going to do it, it would be great to know how to do my own sound and everything as well. So yeah, and there I met a wonderful young guy, Paul Diello. Look him up, Google him, Paul Diello, singer-songwriter. I was just telling the cameraman before we started actually that Jimmy Page took one of Paul's albums recently when Paul won an award back in Brighton. Yeah.
And you know this?
Paul is he's the guy I met at music college, and we formed a trio with his brother, and we gigged around the south coast for a while.
Nice.
South coast of England, yeah. Just doing mostly covers. And he was the lead singer, but I did a few songs as well and a bit of backing vocals, etc. And did that for about 5 years, and then I had a massive interruption to everything. My day job, I was working as a counsellor with heroin addicts, homeless people, people with mental health problems. And I was doing really well in that job, actually. Really enjoyed it, and I was quite good at it. And in the evenings, obviously, gigging, and I had the children. And right in the middle of all that, I find my father, who I haven't seen since I was 2.
Oh, yes, this is amazing. So that's Janet. Pardon me. Because Lucy Look is my persona, but Janet is her cousin or second cousin. So you must tell us this wonderful story of finding my cousin or your dad.
Okay,
Lovely.
all right. So yeah, I was 35 years old. I was doing all those things I just referred to. And my mother phoned me up one day and she said, you better sit down, I've got some news for you. So I immediately thought, oh gosh, Grandma's dead. And then I realised Grandma was standing next to me. So I thought, yeah, no, she's probably fine. She looks all right. I didn't sit down. I paced up and down with the phone like this and said, what's up, Mum? She said, I think I found your father. And I hadn't seen him for 33 years.
Wow.
Didn't remember him at all. Had no memory of him.
Wow.
But I knew my mother was married to him, and she'd always said, you have a father who was there when you were born. He loved you very much. He's gone away now, but she was never bitter, and she never, or if she was, she didn't relay that to me.
Right. I
grew up feeling like I had a dad who loved me. So it was really good news as far as I was concerned. And I said, well, is he married? Does he have other children? What do you know about him? And she said, well, he's got this website. He's just turned 60, apparently. And due to his birthday, being 60, he's decided he wants an adventure, and he's gone off on his horse. He lives in the south of France, and he's gone off on his horse with a tent and a guitar on his back from Gabillon, the village in the south of France, off to Bern in Switzerland to raise money and awareness for autistic children.
Wonderful.
As a result of this act, he'd had the website built, and he since has always said, and as a result of doing that good thing, that he got his daughter back.
Oh, how wonderful.
Yeah. So I said,
Cause and effect.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So I said, my main concern was that he might be remarried with another family that didn't know about me. And I didn't want to interrupt that, because if there were other kids who didn't know about me, it wouldn't be their fault that I existed. So I didn't want to just kind of stamp into a family setup and be the nasty surprise.
Right, so it sounds to me, you said he has a guitar on his back.
Yeah,
right. So he's a musician. I knew Ray was a musician.
Yeah, and a singer.
And that's amazing to me, because Tracy wasn't, or Tigger was not raised with Ray, her father. For 33 years she hadn't seen him, and yet Tigger plays guitar and sings, and so does her dad, which is amazing.
Yeah. And there's so many similarities. I mean, and driving back to my place from London on our first full day together in over 30 years, he said to me, so you play a bit of music then, what do you do? And we talked about the genres. He was jazz, I was folk and acoustic covers. And he said, do you do any Beatles? And I said, oh God, no, I don't cover the Beatles. Everybody does that. He said, do you know me either? Do you do any Bob Dylan? And I said, no, again, cliche, except one Bob Dylan song that I sing, that I'd never heard Bob Dylan sing. And I learnt it actually from the spots, from the music in a book. And Dad said, I do one Bob Dylan song too. And I hadn't heard Bob Dylan sing it when I learnt it. I learnt it from a street busker, I think in Spain or something. And it was the same song.
Oh,
and it's, it's quite an obscure one. So it was a massive coincidence.
What a coincidence.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Yeah. Well, I just remember, I'm, as you all know out there, I'm Lucy Looker, and I'm reporting for the Foreave Stars International right now. And when I leave the set and when I'm not reporting, I become Janet, the cousin, or I become Ravel, the singer. Anyway, I went to France to see my cousin Ray, and what a coincidence. In 2005, I took the two kids, and Donna Rose and Arthur, and we, like, it was amazing to me. You know, Tigger was there with her daughter Kat, and it's so exciting because they've, you know, come to the States right now as a gift for Kat, her daughter, when she was 18. And so it's just a wonderful, wonderful experience to see her that many years ago, not knowing, I didn't know she existed.
I found my dad. I was working with his heroin addicts, but I've been doing that for a while, working with lots of difficult client groups. And I was kind of on the edge of what they call burnout, you know, with that kind of work. So I was actually looking for, and had found, a beautiful little cottage in the Highlands of Scotland. And I was planning to move 700 miles north with my guitar to write songs and just to get a bit of peace and quiet and be away from the town, and, you know, just have some me time and some downtime. That was my plan. So then Dad comes into the middle of this. So what I always say is, instead of moving 700 miles north, I moved 700 miles south. And in 2003, I moved to the south of France. I moved into a caravan on my dad's land. That was my choice. You know, he offered me a room in his house and all that, but I wanted a bit of space and independence, as I said. I took my guitar and I used to go busking in the market on the Saturdays, and other market days, other towns, and just tried to live off that to start with, and quite quickly got people asking me to play at their weddings or their parties, and other musicians coming up saying, do you want to come round? And I learnt French quite quickly too, which helped. And so by the time I met you, I already had a bit of a circuit going on.
Yes, you did.
I was working a bit, you know, I was singing a bit around, and, you know, by 2008, it was a full-time job. I was a professional singer in the south of France. You know, it was the dream come true, really. It was amazing. Yeah. And then
wonderful.
2009, I moved back to the UK.
Right, so that's when I met you in 2005. So you were living there then, and we were only there for 4 or 5 days, and I just remember it was exciting. There was lots of music we all played and sang.
It was great,
And it was lovely, and Tigger was taking us to our local pubs around France there in Gabion, and Ray was playing, and we had a wonderful time, and it was great. And our children all bonded, and that was when Kat, Tigger's daughter, said, Mummy, I want to go to America. And now here we are in 2013, and you're visiting.
Living the dream.
So exciting. So, well, I think that, you know, in regards to you playing, I think Tigger's going to play for us. And Ravel and Dan, as we are, I'm sure will, you know, get to a point where they'll all play with you. It will be wonderful to see. So I hope you guys will continue to watch the Mini Woodstock in March, as we'll have a lot of surprises for you. And it's so lovely that you were able to come over, Tigger, and be interviewed by me.
Lovely to be here.
Yes, I'm very excited that Tigger is here at the Dream Machine. And give our love to UK Bands Cooperative, and make sure you send many more our way so that we can keep the entrepreneurs here and report on them. Let's know what's going on in the UK. And let's just keep this Mini Woodstock Festival rolling, I say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll drink to that. Eh?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers. Cheers. And next visit. Oh, you know what? I've just been thinking. I think Tutu might be coming up. If you keep watching, you might see Tutu. Bye from Lucy Looker. Bye now. Oh, I just received a text. Oh my goodness, you got me with my hair all in rollers. Anyway, I'm excited because Tutu time is about to happen, everybody. So all the boys and girls, get ready, because we have 2 wonderful stars coming to Tutu time today. All right, now I'm going to go get ready. Bye. See you at Tutu time. It's Tutu time. It's Tutu time. Tell me your goals, tell me your dreams, Tutu time. Tell me your goals, tell me your dreams at Tutu time. It's Tutu time and she loves you. Yeah, 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 it's tutu time and she loves you. Yeah, tell me your goals, tell me your dreams. You're the young stars of Foreave. Tutu time, tutu time. It's tutu time. Hi, well here we are at tutu time again. And you all may remember Mackenzie. She was here for Mini Woodstock tutu time in January. Well, Mackenzie Ironson is back. She's been a busy girl working in the art electives, but she's back to speak to everybody, and she has a special person she wants to introduce you to here. Hi, Mackenzie. Tell us all about it.
Her name's Angelina.
Okay, I think that you were telling me a little bit about this before the show. Everybody collects carton drinks, is that it? Tops of cartons?
Oh, no.
No, you tell me the story then. If I'm getting it all wrong, you tell me. Why is Angelina got a big mouth, and why does she swallow up the tops of drink bottles, isn't it?
No.
No. Okay, what is it?
My PE teacher, she had a ball and it ripped her mouth and ripped his mouth, and then he was a boy Paco, like a ball ripped, and they had an idea to put box tops in for some equipment, for more equipment.
Oh, okay. So this was your PE teacher's idea.
Yeah.
Of when a ball was ripped, that they would put a face on it.
Yeah, name him Paco.
But you named yours Angelina.
Yeah. Hi, my name's Angelina.
Okay. Tutu is still not quite understanding. What if somebody wanted to get these tops and help save some tops for your school to get equipment? How would they go about it if they don't know where to go buy whatever it is they have to buy to get the top of the box to give it to Angelina to eat?
Oh, all I know is that some of them are on cereal boxes.
Oh, they're on cereal boxes.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they have about like a little pencil on it.
Oh, so you have to look for a logo with a pencil on it on a cereal box?
Yeah, and then they cut out and then they bring them to school, and then
Angelina eats them.
yeah.
And you made this one. You
Well,
made Angelina.
Well, I started her. My mom just designed her.
Your mum helped. Well, your mum's very clever. She helped do a really nice Angelina to gobble up all those
Box tops.
box tops. So everybody out there, if you're eating cereal and you see a pencil, is that what it is? A
Yeah.
picture of a pencil? Cut it out and get it to Garden Street Academy, because apparently Angelina gets really hungry and we have to stuff her with box tops. Okay? Well, anyway, you want to say bye-bye to everybody from Tutu Time?
Bye.
Say bye-bye from Tutu Time. We'll see Mackenzie again. And let's hope Angelina fills up her tummy.
Bye.
Say bye-bye, Angelina.
Bye-bye.
Tutu Time, and I have a wonderful guest for you today, all the way from the United Kingdom. Yes, I'm very, very excited to introduce on Tutu Time a young lady, 18 years of age. Her name is Kat Savage, and Kat lives in England and goes to school in England, and she's an art major or an actress. And I'm going to let Kat tell you all about herself. So Kat, tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm currently at college studying performing arts, and ever since I was really little, it's all I've ever wanted to do, just be on stage and act and perform. And I recently wrote my first ever song, which you might get to hear later. And acting is all I've ever really wanted to do. And when I'm on stage, I really enjoy it, and it's the one thing that I I probably couldn't live without.
So this is wonderful. So we have an entrepreneur today from Tutu Time, because everybody that's on the Mini Woodstock Festival and in our Tutu Time are budding entrepreneurs. And in our Foreave Young Stars, which is what Kat is, coming from the UK, she is a budding entrepreneur in the entertainment field. Now, Kat, tell us a little bit about your background, your family, where you live in United Kingdom. Where do you live in England? It's England, right?
Yeah, I live in a town called Shoreham, which is near Brighton, right on the sea. And it's a really nice, it's quite a big city. And there are lots of people, and there are lots of people like me that want to get into the acting industry. So I think that just makes me want to work harder, knowing that there are more people that want to do it.
That's wonderful. So recently, I believe you were in a show, in a play.
Yeah.
Kat came a couple of days later than she expected because she had to perform. What was the play you were in?
It was called Our Country's Good. It's an English war play. It was really interesting, but quite hard because I had to do a lot of research for it. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I had one of the main parts, and it was a shame that my mum couldn't come to watch it because she was flying over here. But yeah, it was really good.
Her mother is Tigger, and you may have already seen her on the Lucy Lucas segment, or you will be seeing her if she's not in this Mini Woodstock Festival show. But so you get your singing voice and your musical talent very exciting, because there's a lot of people in your family that actually perform, right?
Yeah, my mum, my granddad, my dad plays the guitar as well. So I'm really lucky to have lots of people that perform and can teach me how to do it and support me.
Well, this is so great. So we're happy that Kat could come on for the interview, and now she's going to give us her own song. She's a singer, songwriter, musician. Oh, it's wonderful, as well as an actress. So I'm very excited and to bring Kat back, and she's going to sing her own original song. Thank you, Kat, for being on Tutu Time today.
I'm lying in the gutter, but I'm gazing at the stars. That's what you said to me. I love the way you look at life, the childish beauty that you see. We can live together in the gutter forever. That's all right with me. You're beside me, you can gaze at the stars for eternity. I'll never forget you. We sing to the party, the clouds have arrived and hidden the stars yet. I promise you one day we'll live together, happy ever after.
Yay! Kat Savage from Tutu Time, UK Band's Critical Star. Let's wave goodbye to Kat and have her come back again sometime when she's visiting Santa Barbara. Bye-bye for Tutu Time! It's Tutu. Well, here we are at the Mini Woodstock Festival. As you know, it's March. Hope you all have had a great time in March. And I hope you have your drinks and your hors d'oeuvres, because we've got a very interesting guest with us tonight, or this afternoon, whenever you decide to watch this on channel TVSB. And this is, as you know, this is for entrepreneurs in the entertainment field. And of course, we would not be anything of an entertainer if we didn't enjoy clothes. Yes, last month it was all about makeup with True Beauty, and this month it's all about, yes, fashion.
Fashion.
And what do we have on State Street? Oh my gosh, we have Paris Street on State Street.
Paris Street Boutique, thank you.
Right, so I'm going to introduce you to none other than Alma Rose Middleton. Have I got that correctly?
That is right.
Alma Rose Middleton.
And I'll drink to that. Thank you.
Welcome, Alma Rose.
Thank
it's
you.
lovely to have
Thank
you.
you for having me.
Oh,
I'm
you're
just-
welcome.
I'm enjoying my time already.
Oh, wonderful. And as you can see, she bought one of her wonderful fashion dresses with her. I love that dress. I love pinks. Yes.
Just the dress alone is entertaining.
It's true. It's
It
true.
is. I mean, you look at it, you laugh, or it makes you smile. Actually, I have it on my window right now because it's a traffic stopper.
Wow.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
and that's why when I think that fashion is just as entertaining as a movie is.
That's true.
It
That's
is,
so
in
true.
so many aspects of when you think about it. You know, just last week, the Oscars.
Right.
More people tune in for the red carpet to see the fashion than they do the awards.
That's true.
So what does that tell you? That fashion is entertaining.
It is.
It is.
It is entertaining.
It really is.
It's beautiful. I don't know if anybody's been to Alma Rose's shop on State Street, but it is a very beautiful little boutique. It's absolutely gorgeous. You walk in and you feel like you've just transported to another place. And of course, Alma Rose makes you very welcome.
Thank you.
I had people from UK bands, including Co-op, here, as you probably all will know, because any of you that have been watching the mini Woodstock festivals, I was telling you about the different cooperatives we have. And we had Mick and Tracy, or as she's known as Tigger in her field, and also Kat. Well, Alma Rose adored Kat. And Kat Savage, she's so cute. She's on also the Tutu Time segment that we have in the mini Woodstock Festival. Anyway, it was so amazing. I was so lucky to meet Alma Rose through Kat. And Alma Rose has a special wall where she gets people who are stars to actually write on it. So I really, encourage everybody to go and visit Alma Rose. So tell us, Alma Rose, tell us all about not just your shop, but why the fashion field? Why did you get started in the fashion field? Tell us about you.
Okay, well, I've always loved fashion. Since I was a little girl, I was fascinated with fashion. And growing up, you grow up recognizing different fashion designers, and some you love, some you don't, but then you also develop your own sense of style.
Right.
And so through the years, I've developed my own sense of style, and I have decided which ones I embrace and which ones I don't. But actually, fashion is fashion. It's like there's no thing as bad advertising, right?
That's it.
Right.
No,
So
nothing.
fashion is good fashion.
Yes.
It's just whether you want to wear it or not. But
That's
anyway,
true.
It really is. So I have, and I finally decided when I moved to Santa Barbara 11 years ago that I wanted to do a little boutique. I had 2 other boutiques in Los Angeles, but they weren't necessarily all fashion, but I wanted to have my own little fashion store, boutique, like everybody dreams. So now,
That's
luckily,
wonderful.
I've been in business almost 2.5 years, and then I found this little sliver of a store right on State Street,
It's
which
beautiful.
is like, it's gorgeous.
It's cute. I mean, it's a
adorable.
perfect place.
And it was painted pink already. I mean, hello. How perfect is that? So, what happened is I found the spot, and a few months ago, got leased out underneath me, not knowing that it was rented out or available. And I thought, I was so bummed out, but I was already established somewhere else. And then this time, I happened to walk into that same little boutique, which was a fashion boutique. It was a consignment store. And she told me, I'm moving, and I just put an ad on Craigslist that I'm renting out the place. I said, please take it off. I want it. I want it. I'm telling you, the whole thing transpired within 5 days.
Really?
5
You were
days.
meant to have it.
I wanted
was yours.
it when it was a little doggy boutique, and I wanted it when it was a consignment store, and I wanted it now. So it was just, I think the stars were lined up and everything was lined up.
Yes,
so it
definitely.
Just happened that I just was, I got it, and she moved out on a Monday. I moved in on a. No, she moved out on a Sunday. I moved in on a Monday, and on my Monday night evening, when I just moved in and everything was pretty much in place, because it was just a move-in condition. Actually, it was just
wonderful.
a turnkey. It was a
Wow.
turnkey store.
Gosh.
And who walks in is a little celebrity. Her name is Lana Del Rey.
Lana Del Rey.
She's a
Lana Del Rey. Is it Lana Del Rey? Yeah, Lana Del Rey.
Anyway, so she walked in. I didn't know who she was.
Right? No, I don't. Actually, I
she's
can find out.
She's like a
She's
Katy
very
Perry.
famous.
She's very like Katy Perry in that, but on her way up, like.
Definitely.
Yeah. Anyway, so she walks in and she saw I had a little dress. I just put up my window. I had a dress on the window, and I put a row of just roses around it because it had like pink roses embroidered on it. So I thought, let's just kind of bring out the pink in it. So I put the pink roses around it, and she came in and she goes, "I love what you did with that dress."
Oh, wow.
Well, thank you. I said, thank you. I just moved in. I said, you're actually my very first customer.
Oh, that's an omen.
Is
Isn't
that
that a good omen?
my
young,
God, every young, beautiful-
yes, and on her
everybody-
way up there.
Yeah, all the young kids know her. And then
Yes, they do,
And she's
do.
very, very talented.
She
after
is.
she left.
So I heard.
And what happens? Then my assistant walks in. And he knows who she was. And he
Right.
says, "Are you Lana Del Rey?" She goes, "I am." He starts shaking. I mean, this is what fashion does.
Yes.
Even he starts shaking. "Can I have your autograph?" And so she signed her name on a envelope. He had it laminated that same night and put it up on the wall. She left. Then she left her coffee cup, which says Lana on it, right?
Yeah.
From Starbucks. He's kept the cup. It's like a shrine now.
Oh,
He's got
isn't
the
that
cup.
wonderful?
He looks at the cup, so it's very well known. And I had her sign my Wall of Fame.
It's just so amazing.
My
I
wall-
signed her
you-
wall
you
of
si-
fame.
You signed my wall.
Yes,
my
I
wall of fame.
did.
Yeah. So anyway, Kat.
And Kat signed. Kat was number 2.
She's number 2. When she saw Lana Del Rey was here, she goes, "Yes." She goes, "Oh
And
my
she's a
God!"
singer
And
too.
she says she's a singer and she's becoming an actress. She's taking classes.
Yes, she does.
And I said, "You know what? I see potential in you." So I said, "You know what? I see that you're a rising star. So absolutely, sign. You may sign." She was. So
And you're going to be on the same Mini Woodstock Festival TV show.
Oh, good.
Because
Oh, great.
because we have a segment called Tutu Time.
Oh, you're gonna
and it's for
love-
young
you're gonna
people.
love her.
And Kat is on that.
Oh,
so,
really? Oh, my
yeah.
gosh, that's makes me happy that we're going to share the same segment. But she's a lovely girl. So I had her sign the wall, and she was so happy that I'd asked her, "Have you ever autographed anything? Been asked for an autograph?" And she said, "No, but when I was growing up, I would hand out my autograph to people and say, 'Here's my autograph because I'm going to be famous someday.'"
Isn't she sweet? Yeah, that's
and
wonderful.
And you know what? I mean,
Oh,
when
she
you
will.
have that kind of, she's definitely on her way up. So I had her sign, so it just made her day. But anyway, so
That was amazing.
wasn't that amazing?
Well, what was amazing was the fact that she wanted her mom to go and see it and to meet you because you'd met Mick, but you hadn't met
Right,
Kat, right? Anyway, so I was like, "Oh, okay, well, I'll just wait for you in the car." And then all of a sudden, something told me, "You know what? I'll just go with them, you know." And so I ended up following them down across the road and blow me down. I met you, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh,
The story's
Alma
at the
Rose
store.
has to
Oh,
come
well,
on
you know
Mini
what?
Woodstock
Well, you know,
Festival."
when you
How
look at-
amazing! Everything, like you said, things line up.
the stars were lining up.
Stars and
Everything was
stars were lining up. What's your star sign?
Cancer. Birthday cancer. Right.
I'm a Cancer.
Oh, what day is
And
it?
so was True Beauty last month.
Oh,
Patricia, she's a Cancer.
Oh, really?
I'm July
Oh.
the 12th.
Oh, July 12th. Oh, no, I'm June 22nd.
June the
And I'm a
22nd.
twin,
You're the
so-
first. You're a twin?
I'm a twin,
You
yes.
have to tell me about your family.
2 older brothers. But,
Oh,
you know,
wow.
they're kind of absent. They're just in their own world.
Oh, they're
but we
boys.
still talk. They're boys. They're boys. But my sister and I, we talk every day.
That's wonderful, yeah. That's
And now she's
incredible.
starting to get into the fashion. She's
Oh,
becoming
really?
a fashionista herself.
Really?
Absolutely.
Oh, wow. It's that amazing.
Yeah. she's
So,
all-
any children?
No.
No children?
Just
And you have a
boy.
husband?
I have a wonderful husband, Orwin Middleton. He's great. I met him on Match.com.
Really? Oh, wow. We're going to hear a success story
Oh
here.
yeah, this was a great story. It's a
Really?
great-
Tell me the
yeah.
story. I love to
Oh
hear
my
it. I love
God.
it.
I love sharing my love story because when I actually I'm also a wedding minister. So when my inspiration are the love stories of the couples that I married. Every couple I marry, I will ask them for their love story, even if it's just an elopement that I meet that moment. I will. What is your love story? And that's what makes me tick. So I love sharing my love story with my husband, our love story because that's what
It
inspires me.
really, people love to hear love stories. I do. Well, I'm a Cancer
Oh,
anyway.
I'm a Cancer. Well, okay, we love love. You
We
know?
love
Yeah,
life.
We love love. And we're home.
We love love and love life.
Yeah,
So
that's
tell
right.
me, I'm excited.
So, well, you know, I've been on. I was living in Los
Did
Angeles.
you meet? Oh, well.
Well, or when I was down to my last 10 days of my second membership, and I said, okay, that's it. I had to go to Las Vegas for a show, and I said, okay,
You go for fashion shows,
for a
right?
fashion show.
Right.
And so I said, well, I'm going to go, and then I'll just forget it. You know, I didn't have the laptop, I didn't have the computer. You know, I didn't have it. It was 11 years ago. We weren't quite as portable as we are now.
Right.
So anyway, so I went and I came back and I said, it was about 10 o'clock that I got back from Las Vegas. I said, well, I'll look at the computer, see if I have any emails. And I get this email from my husband, future husband. And he says, in the email, he says, I know I am outside your radius, which my radius was 50 miles. He was like 80 miles. So I said, he says, I know I'm outside your radius, but if we meet and there's no chemistry, at least we met a friend or had a nice conversation, and but I would still like to meet you, and I hope you will consider me. And I live in Santa Barbara, and I thought,
Wow.
Santa Barbara? I said, that's an hour by telephone from LA. I thought, I don't want to even go there.
It's an hour by telephone.
At least, you know. So I said, no, I don't want to do that. But then I thought, you know, I read his emails, and his emails several times. I thought, he sounds like a nice guy. There was something about that email that was so soft and sweet and heartfelt. So I called him, or I gave him my phone number. He called me right away, and then we started a dialogue. And for about 10 days, and then I took the train up to Santa Barbara.
Wow.
He offered, he's a true gentleman. He offered to come down to Los Angeles and take me out to dinner. And I thought, you know, thank you for doing that, but I think it would be romantic if I take the train. Anyway, so I took the train. He picked me up at the train station, and there's nobody there. And I'm thinking, oh boy, oh well, you know, at least I have a round trip ticket. The worst I can do is I go downtown, shop for some fashion, you know, because that's what we do. But he was hiding behind the arches to see what I
Really?
Yes.
Isn't that interesting?
Experiences where he thought, you know,
They weren't a good.
They weren't.
It wasn't true.
It was not what
With the photo.
They were not right. They were not honest about the photos. So, but he comes out, and I said, wonderful. So now, and he's so just the way.
Well, I heard his voice when I was in your boutique, and he called up, and I was like, whoa, he's a nice man.
He's a nice man.
Yeah, he was so like, sweetheart, are you okay? Is there any help you need?
He's a Middleton.
And it's just a sweet man. I was like, whoa.
I know, everybody.
Where are these? Is there a clone somewhere?
I know, everybody wants to clone my husband. Anyway,
I'm sure.
So he took me for a long lunch, and then he took me to his little, he was working on he was building a race car.
Oh, right.
Yeah, race car. So, and he's a vintage race car driver. He took me there. I met all the boys, and then I met the car. And I'm not gonna let you take the train home. I'm gonna drive you home. But first of all, I'm taking you out for sushi because I know you like sushi. And I said I do love sushi. So he took me out for sushi, drove me all the way home, and then came right back.
Wow.
And I thought, and then the next day I get 2 dozen red roses. Oh, by the way, when we're having lunch at the at the billboard, he says he asked me to go steady.
Wow, that quick.
Well, there was something, you know.
There was the chemistry was happening to you. It was like you met each other from a past life or something.
Right, it was.
Is that what you
felt?
felt?
It just felt right. You
Right.
know, when you feels right, you just can't fight that just right feeling, and that's what it was. Anyway, so just to make it short, he sent me some flowers, and I said, okay, he's a keeper. And he's a keeper, and I thought, you know, he's the nicest guy. I'm not gonna let him go. And actually, I saw him in the 4-month period, 4-month period before I moved up with to be with him up here. I saw him more than I did guys that I was dating locally. So he was really into it.
He was in it. That's wonderful.
So
So you've been married now for how long?
10 years.
Wow,
10
that's
years.
a beautiful story.
10 years, I've been to that.
That's a really great story.
It's a lovely story.
It's a love story, and you still feel the same to this day.
More
So.
Yeah, because you learn more. You're less shy about things, and you can't hide things anymore. If
No.
you're hiding things, it's because it's naughty. You shouldn't be, you know, if you're hiding things from each other, it's because something's wrong. You can be a housewife, and then after I set up house and everything, then I got itchy, and then our love story led to me doing wedding ceremonies.
Oh,
officiating.
wow.
Yeah, so
Really?
yeah.
So you're an officiate. Is that what it's called?
It's actually it's a certified life cycle celebrant, and celebrants started out in Australia. That's what they call them. They don't call them officiants. They call them celebrants.
Tell me, Alma Rose, what is it next for you?
What's next for me? Well,
I mean, you have this wonderful boutique on State
my
Street.
little sliver of boutique.
But yeah,
1103 State Street.
1103, everybody.
That's
1103
right
State Street.
Right next to the French Press, and just
that must be wonderful.
It's just
so this is what your goal is, just continuing to make it better and better and enjoy it more and more and more.
I was in Victoria Court before. It was a lovely location. The building itself was lovely. I had French windows, large French windows, then 2 French doors.
I think I remember that.
That open into this
I remember
courtyard
that.
with 2 waterfalls, and just beautiful. But it was it was a business decision to move to State Street.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, I thought,
It was a good decision.
I have good customer base.
Get a lot of tourists, I would imagine, on
And
State
now
Street too.
oh yeah, I get 10 times. I've only been there 1 month, and
Wow.
I get 10 times the more. And this is not even summer or spring or summer yet.
Wow.
This is not really the big season, so I'm looking forward to it. And now
Wow.
we specialize in French and European fashions.
Wow, that's great.
At outlet prices, and that's why we're.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
That's why people talk about going back there. I've heard people speak about your place. And
Oh, you have?
yes,
Oh, well, thank
yeah,
you.
because they're saying it's not what they thought it would be as far as price and so forth. You're able to get them good prices for Santa Barbara, and that's really cool.
Well, the way
People
I
are coming
approached
into
is
it.
that if I can shop there, then anybody else can shop there. I'm not going to price myself out of the market and be so high end that I want everybody to enjoy my fashions.
That's great.
I think, and the one that I just recently took on, Vertigo Paris, and they have a store in they started in Paris in 1984. They have a store in Beverly Hills, and they have one Beverly Hills, New York,
Wow.
and they have a couple other ones, but the flagship stores are in Paris, Beverly Hills, and New York.
Wow.
And now I'm outletting for them here in Santa Barbara.
Wow, so therefore they can get the clothes at Paris,
At outlet prices.
right, at outlet prices,
yeah,
but from Paris.
for
It's called, say your store again to
It's called
everybody.
Paris Street Boutique.
Paris Street Boutique.
And the reason I call it Paris Street, because where I was previously looked like a little European courtyard.
It did, it did in Victoria Street.
And that's how the name's established, Paris Street, because that reminded me of a little European street.
Yeah, that's great.
But I kept the name because it's already well established, internationally as well as locally.
It's
and
beautiful.
nationally.
It's great. It's a lovely store, everybody. So, well, I want to say thank you so much for
thank
coming,
you. Oh my God,
Almaraz.
thank
It
you
was
for-
wonderful.
Thank you.
And I
I
hope
love
that a
it.
lot of people will come and see you, and I'll definitely come and see you, and we'll keep in touch, and especially if I need something special to wear.
Especially
I will
please-
definitely go to your store.
And you know what,
So,
I also-
do you have a website?
Yes, I do.
Okay, can you tell
Okay.
everybody the
Yes,
website?
my website is parisstreetboutique.com.
ParisStreetBoutique.com.
And it's Paris Street spelled out, boutique.com.
So you spell the whole thing out.
Paris Street Boutique, yes, it's
ParisStreetBoutique.com.
spelled out. And we're in the process of establishing our little webtique. So we're going to have we're going online now with our lines.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, so I'm excited. So I hope all
Okay.
of you will come and visit, because and not only that, you'll get a warm reception. And we're not sales associates. We're actually stylists and personal shoppers.
Well, there you go. So make stylists and personal shoppers at Paris Street Boutique.
Yes.
All right. Thanks a lot for coming,
You're welcome,
Almaraz.
and thank you for the invitation.
Oh, you're welcome. I look forward to
And thank
hearing
you
from
for
in the
signing
future.
my wall of fame. That was cute.
All right, everybody. Well, we'll see you again soon. Hey, here we are at the Mini Woodstock Festival, and I have a wonderful guest with us tonight. I've known Mike for a very long time. He's an amazing musician, Mr. Mike Shiflett, or Michael Shiflett, or Michael Brendan Shiflett. Probably know him too if you've got children out there that you take to Jensen Music. Mike has been with Jensen for a very long time. He is a local person. He was born in Santa Barbara. Wow. We don't get to meet many people that are born in Santa Barbara. And as I say, there's a lot of history about Mike. We're really happy to have Mike here tonight. He's not the kind of person that actually does this sort of thing, but we're really happy that he said, yes, I'll come to the Mini Woodstock Festival, and I will be interviewed by you, Ravel. So I'm very excited. So Michael Shiflett, let's hear all about you and tell us, what honestly really possessed you to get into the entertainment field as you are, from a young person. I mean, tell us all about you, Mike. Here we go, Mike Shiflett.
Well, as far as I can remember, it seemed like music was always a constant in my life. My parents didn't play any musical instruments or anything, but they had an appreciation for it, and they had, between the two of them, quite a huge record collection. And it's just one of the few things I tended to stick with or be very disciplined about. I wasn't very good at school. In fact, I was really probably the worst student in California state history, if the truth be told.
I doubt it.
Yeah. I just couldn't seem to function in the academic world, but I did really connect to music, and it has sort of been my salvation, I guess, in a way. I don't know how I would have gotten through life without it. And I suppose it was inevitable that at some point, aside from listening to massive amounts of it, that I would wind up eventually playing an instrument of some sort. And, I sort of fooled around with different things, like I took drum lessons, sort of was a little half-assed about it. You know how kids are.
Yeah.
You're kind of looking around for what you can connect to. But eventually, when I was in the 5th grade, I was going to Isla Vista Elementary School, and on Wednesday afternoons, they started having guitar lessons. A guy from UCSB started giving guitar lessons in the school library out there, and this would have been about 1975. I think I must have been 11.
Wow.
That's the way I remember it. So when the guitar came into my life, it just, that stuck.
Really?
I don't know why. And at first, for the first few years, I was kind of checkered with it too. Sometimes I was really disciplined, other times I wasn't, but over time, it just sort of took. And I wound up, about 20 years ago, I wound up teaching.
This is the love that you really have,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah, I remember coming to have a lesson from you, but me being the performer I am, it was like, oh my gosh, this is fun with Mike for a while, and I'm like, you know what, I love being out in the front and just writing the songs and singing and performing, But I know you have so much patience, and that's the one thing that I really noticed about you. And so you started to teach, and you're at Jensen's, because you're still at Jensen's.
After all this time.
Teaching many, many young people, and they've gone on to do other things.
Yeah.
And so tell us about that part of it, because I do know that you actually also went to England, and you have obviously played on many, many different records and films and so forth. I know that.
Well, it's only recent that I've started doing session work.
Oh.
That's always been something that was of interest to me. I've never really been much of a performer in the normal sense, but I really enjoy teaching, and I think I would make a really pretty good session player. For those of you that don't know what a session player is, those are people that are hired for recording sessions, and you just come in and play off the charts, and you're expected to be able to play whatever they put in front of you. And in that regard, inspired by real famous guy named Jimmy Page, who pre-Led Zeppelin, which he was the guitar player in Led Zeppelin, he was a session musician in London and played on something like 60% of the records coming out of England at one point. And I thought that was intriguing, that somebody could be completely anonymous and not have to deal with the downside of fame, but they could still earn a really good living in music, in the musical arts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, but you did go to England. I know, I remember opening up a magazine, folks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? And here's Michael Shiflett. I'm like, okay, Michael. What is this? Because I have tried to get Mike to play with me many times when we used to have the mini Woodstock festivals in Santa Barbara. And I must say, he did sit in on many of the festivals. But when I said, well, let's put a band together, everybody, and let's go everywhere, Mike said, ooh, hold on, I'm not that. I don't know, I'm not into going out there and being way out there. And of course, everybody that knows the Foo Fighters knows that your brother's out there. And Chris is way out there, but not our Mike. Our Mike is our lovable Mike, who's really a comedian also. People don't know about Mike. He's a funny, funny guy. When you do get to know him, he will bring all these funny parts of him out for you to see. But where I was in a, I'm not sure if I was in a local hotel. I was somewhere, and I'm looking through this magazine, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Mike Shiflett, what are you doing in this magazine? Because you're so Mike's very anonymous. Mike's very private in many ways about his music, right, Mike? I mean, this is how you've always been. And I was just excited. I was like, oh, Mike's coming out of the closet. He's coming out with his guitar. And so what happened that you got into this magazine?
Well, yeah, I forget, it was called the Montecito Journal or something like that.
I'm not sure what it was. I don't even know if it was in this town.
Yeah.
I know it was like, wow. And also, I ended up getting pieces of torn magazine pieces out with your picture on it. People were mailing them to me. Look at this. I saw this Mike's in this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Mike is turning famous whether he likes it or not.
Yeah, that was in around 2008, and it was sponsored through the shop. The guy that used to work there, one of them, put a band together, and he did something called Dream Tours, where you would go over to England, mostly in Liverpool and London, and it would be sort of Beatle related. And the deal was you got to record a song at the Abbey Road Studios, which is not a place I ever thought I'd get to go, because it's sort of a mythological huge thing for me, but it's real. We also got to go all over Beatles sites in Liverpool and London. Got to kind of just go where they went and where they played, and sort of follow in their footsteps in general. And it was really fascinating and unbelievable.
You had
and
a lot of fun.
I just couldn't believe that I was actually in these places. So it really meant a lot to me, because that band, of course, has always been an important part of my life, big part of the culture that I was growing up in. And so to actually go there and experience that and meet people that knew them and get to play where they played and record where they recorded, it was just really gratifying.
It seems amazing to me that there can be two amazing, that I know of. I mean, how many in your family? You have more than just one other brother.
I've got two biological brothers and a stepbrother, but I've known him forever, so he's one of us.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you have three brothers, basically.
Yeah.
And there's two of you that play.
Well, all three of us actually do.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask. So all three of you play instruments or guitars? Or
well, Christopher and I both play guitar, and Scott is a bit of a multi-instrumentalist.
Wow.
I think, the bass guitar and stand-up bass both are his principal instruments, but he seems to be able to handle a lot of different instruments. Very talented guy. He writes, he can produce, he can play. He's pretty amazing too.
Amazing family. I know that you're, look, because you are local people.
Yeah.
I mean, your mom and dad came here.
Yeah, they came here probably in about 1960, around there.
And then had you kids later.
They met at UCSB.
Okay, so this is what, because wasn't your mom something to do with the county? She worked in Santa Barbara County.
She was a probation officer for about 30 years.
Amazing job.
In both juvenile and adult probation. I think the last few years in a supervisory level, pretty high up there in that regard. But she took a slightly early retirement about 8 years ago or so, and she and my stepdad moved away. But my parents both lived here, and my mom's family was from LA, but my dad's family was from here.
Oh, so that's why they were here.
Yeah.
Because that was the connection, your dad, your stepdad.
So everybody else in my family pretty much got out of here, but I got stuck, if you can.
Well, it's not a bad place to be stuck.
No, it's a great
is it
place.
not?
I'd really rather not live anywhere else, truth be told.
Yeah, well, I'm at that point. I felt like I found the perfect place for my kids to be born, to have a family, and so I get that. I totally get that. So.
Plus, it's amazing for such a relatively small town. There's so many talented, seriously talented musicians here, all kinds. Country, jazz, blues, you name it, rock. There's some people that are world-class musicians here.
Definitely.
No joke.
Yes. If the folks out there wanted to get a hold of you, they would just need to get a hold of Jensen's.
Jensen Music.
Yes, folks, Jensen's is a wonderful local store that's been around for such a long time, a music store.
40 years now.
There you go. So, do you know the phone number off by heart?
Let's see.
I wonder if he does.
Yeah, 687-4027.
There you go. the street to walk now. I said, why won't you let me be? I said, why won't you let me be? We are happy. Ooh, yeah. Oh, my baby said, come on down to my house. My baby said, come on down to my house. My baby said, come on down to my house. I said, no, no, no. I said no. I said no, 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 no. You want me and I don't like it. You want me, but I don't care. You want me, and I don't like you in the morning. I like you when you come out at night. 'Cause you just like a Dracula to me. And I'm just a vampiress. Why don't you see that I wanna know you, baby? I wanna know you, baby. I wanna know you now. I wanna know you, baby. I wanna know how you like me. You said that we would be free. It doesn't make any difference that you want me. Doesn't make any difference that you want me. Does not make a difference. Does not make a difference. I like it if we can get together at night. I wanna see you, baby. I wanna see you at night. I don't like it when you're not there. I don't like it, baby. 'Cause you don't care, 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 care. You don't care, 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 care. You don't care, 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 care. You don't care about me. It seems that you don't care about me. It seems that you don't care about me. If only you would see that we could be free. We could be free. We could be free. We could be free. Just you and me. We could be free. Just you and me. We could be free. Just you and me.
Well, something like that.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that was good. Was that so hard? Did we
So was that so hard? Did we pull teeth? No, we did it. We did it. We did a jam with Mike Shiplet, which is never heard of.
Oh my God! Stop!
Oh my God, Mike Shiplet from Jensen in Santa Barbara.
Yay! He's the man's.
Roll the